Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So Apple seems to be very keen on keeping its ecosystem closed and not having intruders, quote unquote, especially when it comes to gaming, because let's face it, Microsoft is offering Project X Cloud a much better value than any cloud gaming service out there. And when you have something like this, which is the Apple Arcade, charging you $5 a month for some 100 games or so, and they will tell you that you will have no ads and no in-app purchases, and I don't see any game that's giving you ads in there unless it's a free-to-play game. So this is like a paid service. Why would they even think about talking about ads here? But yeah, it's Apple, and telling you to download and play online or offline, something which any store does. Really, Steam and others do it, so it's not really something special. And then they're telling you to jump from iPhone to iPad or Mac or Apple TV if you want to. So you can see here that it's a little monopoly of Apple only products, and that's why they don't want something like Stadia or Project X Cloud to get into ecosystem and to compete with them. And no one would want to buy a service like Apple Arcade when we have Project X Cloud, which is, as I said, a lot better in terms of value and the games it provides you with. And in this article from TheVerge.com, it says that Apple confirms cloud gaming services like xCloud and Stadia violate App Store guidelines. So this is the official Apple statement regarding not allowing Microsoft and Google to have their cloud gaming services in there, saying that the App Store was created to be a safe and trusted place for customers to discover and download apps, and a great business opportunity for all developers. Before they go on our store, all apps are reviewed against the same set of guidelines that are intended to protect customers and provide a fair and level playing field to developers, which is a big lie, because all of those apps in there, either free to play or even paid with in-app purchases, don't even compete with Apple Arcade. And they're using this card of safety, like the customer safety, and I'll give them that. They have an ecosystem which is better than others, at least in my opinion. They have this advantage of security, which is again a little bit questionable, but still better than what you would call security on Windows or on Android. And they're using this card and they're overcharging you with their products just to have that kind of security that you would strive for. The statement carries on: our customers enjoy great apps and games from millions of developers, and gaming services can absolutely launch on the app as long as they follow the same set of guidelines applicable to all developers, including submitting games individually for review. And this is very important because Project X Cloud is first a streaming service. It's not putting their games like directly on the App Store, and even if they allow Project X Cloud to be on the App Store, Apple will again force them to review all of their games like individually, game per game, so that they comply with what they call the Apple Store guidelines. And you can imagine that it's a very tedious and time consuming job that's not worth the effort. It carries on: in addition to the App Store, developers can choose to reach all iPhone and iPad users over the web through Safari and other browsers on the App Store. And Microsoft, of course, didn't want to shut up about this, because I think they have every right to call out this monopoly practice that Apple is enforcing on its customers. And here is the statement from Microsoft's spokesperson. It says, quote, our testing period for the Project X Cloud preview app for iOS has expired. Unfortunately, we do not have a path to bring our vision of cloud gaming with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to gamers on iOS via the App Store. Apple stands alone as the only general purpose platform to deny consumers from cloud gaming and game subscription services like Xbox Game Pass. As I said, because they have Apple Arcade, they don't want you to compete with that. It's not going to be good for them. Who is the fool who's going to buy the Apple Arcade subscription for $5 a month for some very indie, very small games compared to the huge library that Xbox Game Pass has? It carries on and it consistently treats gaming apps differently, applying more lenient rules to non-gaming apps, even when they include interactive content. That's actually very true. And if you go to the Apple Store, you can find that there are some apps in there that are of very low quality. I don't think they have much scrutiny from Apple. All games available in the Xbox Game Pass catalog are rated for content by independent industry ratings bodies such as the ESRB and regional equivalents. We're committed committed to finding a path to bring cloud gaming with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to the iOS platform. They're speaking about content rating, most famous of which is ESRB, and it's pretty much redundant to have those Apple guidelines again and testing them again to comply with the Apple guidelines if the ESRB has approved X or Y game. Of course, the ESRB itself has a lot of problems, but again, it's just double work or triple work for game developers to have a lot of ratings. The statement says, we believe that the customer should be at the heart of the gaming experience, and gamers tell us they want to play, connect and share anywhere, no matter where they are. We agree. And I like the idea that Microsoft isn't trying to sell you cloud gaming as a substitute to regular gaming, quote unquote, or to what we are used to in gaming, but rather something complementary, something to have at a fraction of a price to try new games. It's actually very enticing, even though I don't like cloud gaming. There are, of course, some problems with cloud gaming like data bandwidth and data caps and whatnot, but still, Project X Cloud, in my opinion, a step forward when it comes to cloud gaming and the future of cloud gaming, unlike some companies like Stadia that don't understand how the business model works. And here are the Apple Store guidelines, and you can see that they're clearly telling you we don't want any gaming service or cloud service in our Apple Store. Quote, the app must only connect to a user-owned host device, that is a personal computer or dedicated game console owned by the user, and both the host device and client must be connected on a local and LAN-based network, which defeats all of the purpose of cloud gaming, bringing your games to your phone somewhere else. I don't know, like you're driving and you want to have a little pause and play a game for 15 minutes or 30 minutes, relax a little bit and then keep on driving, something of the sort. But with this guideline here, it's totally impossible. Any software or services appearing in the client are fully executed on the host device, rendered on the screen of the host device, and may not use APIs or platform features beyond what is required to stream the remote desktop, which is again stupid. Why would I want to fire up my computer and have my games play on my phone? That's a very niche and a very specific case. I don't see what's the use of it unless your wife is nagging you about watching her favorite show on TV and you want to play on your phone because you only have one TV at home or something of the sort. Doesn't make any sense. C. All account creation and management must be initiated from the host device. Redundancy here. D. The UI appearing on the client does not resemble an iOS App Store view, does not provide a store-like interface, or include the ability to browse, select, or purchase software not already owned or licensed by the user. For the sake of clarity, transactions taking place within mirrored software do not need to use the in-app purchase, provided the transactions are processed on the host device. And E, thin clients for cloud-based apps are not appropriate for the App Store. To sum up all of this, we don't want cloud-based gaming. So yeah, as long as Apple is selling well, as long as it has a lot of loyal fans that don't care whether Apple is manipulating them or not, that don't care if they don't have the ability to play their games on their Apple devices, Apple is just going to keep on this monopoly behavior when it comes to gaming in specific, and they will implement any kind of guidelines they want. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Leave your comments down below, tell your opinions, and I will talk to you again soon. Have a good one.